Hello everybody, welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and today we got a creation. um, this thing here, my son gave it to me, and it was laying in his building in a house that he moved into, and the landlord told me to keep everything. So this is a little flimsy, so I decided we're going to do a little better than that. So what I did is come up with the tools that I'm going to be using for my stove, and found the best thing the best tool. I got several of these shovels, but we got little flimsy ones, but this one here is a pretty good one. So we're going to try to use this one. And then I got a homemade poker that a blacksmith made. And we're going to use that because it's pretty decent. And I don't think I'm ever going to use this, but who knows. It's nice to have it and not need it than it is to need it and not have it. But we're going to add that to the collection. And then I need to get a broom that I would like to put on this. So we're going to anticipate for a broom and a few other items. And what I've come up with is this here for a stand. And this thing's pretty heavy. And this used to be a stand for like a hospital, one of them things that holds up the IV or whatever. And at least that's what it looks like. I don't know what it really is, but I'm going to say that's what it's for. And then I have these aluminum plates that I made, or had, but I drilled a hole in the middle and attached it to the bottom of this. Now we'll set you down here and I'll show you what we're going to try to do. So then I needed something to put there. So I was going to make a bushing, but instead I decided to use these, and they look pretty decent. These are toilet paper racks and towel racks that you put in your bathroom, and I made pipes out of the rest of this, smoking pipes. So I had these left over, so I'm going to use that for here. Alright, then I took a piece of steel pipe, and we're going to bored this out so that this would go down inside of it to keep that centered. And then we made another one for the top. So we'll put that on there just like that. So then we got another piece that I have in the vise on the mill, and we're going to mill out the slots for each tool to set in all the way around it, because it's the same as this, except it's going to have slots in it. 8 slots, every fourth, and then in between every fourth. And that ought to give us plenty of space for the tools to hang on. So we'll go to the mill and I'll show you what I'm doing on the mill. So what I've done here is made a mark across it, and then I went and crisscrossed it, and then I just went in the middle of each one of them. So each one of these I'm going to mill in about yay far, probably about an inch, inch and a half. And we're going to do that to each one of them. So I made a well, I didn't make it, it was already made, and it worked perfect. A piece of brass that has a boss on it that's the same size as the hole in the center of this, and then I just screwed it down with a drywall screw, and then clamp it down on this each side, and then we can mill that, and then when we need to move index to the next one, then we'll take the clamps off, spin that around to the next one, clamp it back down, and we'll do that for every one of them. So enjoy the music. Alright guys, we got the plate done, and I'm probably just going to sand them edges, but this will go in here just like that. Then I got to make a brass bushing or washer to go on here that comes out a little further to fill in that, because I really don't want to cut that bolt any shorter. So we'll probably take and use this piece and cut us a washer out to put there and bevel the edges of it, and that way it'll match these pieces here. And then that way we can just take and damn it, I know I measured that right. Oh, come on. Alright, so we're going to have to mill them out a little wider. I thought I had that measured just right. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave that the way it is. And we got to thread this anyway, because I'm going to cut these off. cut these handles off, and I'm gonna make my own handles out of aluminum. So we've got parts ready. We're gonna cut this off. I'll stick it in the lathe and turn it to the right size, because I believe I have enough room in the lathe to stick this out of the chuck with this going through the tail. If not, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna thread this for threads and thread that and then screw it on there, and that'll be our handle. So same thing with this. We're gonna straighten that up real nice, as straight as we can get it, and we're gonna turn that and make threads on it, cut that part off. And now this one here is going to be a little more tricky. We're probably going to have to use a set screw in it, thin this down however far we want it to go in, and then we'll just put a set screw in here to set screw it in there. So that'll be our other handle. So, and anyway, this video was just on this part. This is how wide I want it, so I'm not going to make it any wider. I can accommodate for that. So once we get it all painted up and looking pretty, we'll probably sand this to a matte. Same thing with this, because it's got a bunch of scratches in it, so I'm just going to sand it down to a matte, and that'll look good with the black legs. So we're going to paint this part black, leave this aluminum. We're going to paint this black, the rod, leave all this aluminum, and then we're going to make a brass washer to go on here that's got a bevel on it, so it kind of transitions everything together. So there is my stand. For now, let me put a washer in there. Hell, we'll just use this thing right here. It's a little sleeve, just to tighten it up so you guys can see. It's pretty sturdy, and it's heavy too, so it's not going to fall over like this little dinky thing. This little dinky thing, you try to put something in there, it wants to knock all the rest of them out because this thing moves around. Well, this one ain't going to move around because it was built by Bison Workshop. So, but like I said, this is the hospital stand for an IV. A couple pieces of aluminum that I got from I done forgot his name, Andy, I believe, up in Winston-Salem. And then these here I had from a bathroom I stripped out, and these was in there, so I took and used these. This came out of I think a swing set or something. It might have come out of a bed. Yeah, a bed frame. And then this was a piece that I had made for my tractor, my Craftsman tractor I restored. And when I left the tractor, I kept all the knobs off of it, and I just drilled it out and tapped it for this size thread, which is 3/8 by 16 or 18, one of the two. But I knew that I would eventually use it for something, and there it is. So I think it'll look pretty nice. So I hope you guys are having your Trump coffee. I certainly am, and you know I am. It's probably cold by now. And one more thing, man. If you came to watch because you need to monitor my hygiene and you think that my fingernail is too long, get the hell on out of here. I don't want to hear it. It's my nail. It's my finger. And if I want to have a long fingernail clear out to here, I'll have it, and there ain't a goddamn thing you can do about it. So just stop worrying about my fingernails. My fingernails are my business, not yours. If you don't like it, hit the road, Jack. I don't need that. I want to hear positive stuff. I don't want to hear that negative bullshit. So that's for the guys who think that they came to see my fingernails. If you came to see my fingernails, I don't want you here. So unsubscribe, leave me, don't come back. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. You guys have a good one. Later.